Hey guys, Rampedo Vic here. I got a question. It's kind of from Jerry from Ugly Truck, but anybody else that might be able to help. I am thinking about when I put the Ls3 in here, of course the GM computer is going to be over there, but I was thinking about running if you look, it's the Ford fuse box. I already have the relays and the systems here. So what I was thinking about doing was running from pretty much taking out the two relays I wired up last night. I was thinking about pulling those back out because they're already trigger wires. The wires are already there. The trigger wires for the fuel pump and for the fan. Well, these systems are already in place. Here's a fan hookup right here. So I'm using my factory Crown Bake fan. So it's already here, right there. So being that system's already in place, I was thinking about running the trigger wire from the GM computer, just running around in a wire loom over here and hooking it. I don't know if this is the fan relay. This is an example. All I gotta do is run the trigger wire over here, cut the wire off the side that it goes to from the computer, from the Ford computer, which is right there. Cut it off of there, and then butt connect the GM computer wire to this relay. That way, when it fires the fuel pump, it's already fed all the way to the back of the car. The system's already in place. I just got to tell the relay to come on, and I can do that from the GM computer. Same thing with the fuel pump, the fan. Those two right there, those are the two. Run the two wires from the computer over here. Hook the one wire to the fuel pump relay, hook the other one up to the fan relay. That way when the GM computer tells it to come on, it fires the fan. Or if the GM computer tells it to come on, it fires the fuel pump. The wiring and everything's already here, so why would I want to come off the GM computer and have to run a wire all the way to the back to the fuel pump when it's already here? Same thing with the fan. The plug is right there. The system's in place. All I gotta do is run those two wires around and connect them to this box. All I gotta do is connect into the wires that go into the fuse box. I got the wiring schematics, I just gotta pull them out and look. I think it'll work. Now I know the Gen 4 is PWM, but I don't think it has anything to do with the fuel pump and the fan relays. I think it's just a trigger wire, tells it to come on. Same thing with the Ford. Tells it to come on and it fires the relay. It's like a light switch. Click, come on. So I think it'll work. If anybody can tell me different, I'd like to hear it. If somebody can tell me no, wouldn't work or this and that, I'd really like to hear it. Now the main on, I'm gonna use off of the Ford. When that pops on, it'll tell my GM relay to power up, to power everything up. Same thing with the air conditioning. When I hit the switch and all that stuff comes out, it'll tell it to come on. I watched the Ugly Truck Experience, Jerry and Emily. He figured out how to make the Gen 4 air conditioning work off the Gen 4 system. That way it'll idle the engine up and everything will work correctly. So that's what I'm going to do. I just have to go back out there and get the body control module and the AC switches, that module, off of that 09 Yukon that I pulled the harness off of. But I'm thinking it'll work. If anybody can tell me anything different, I'd like to hear it. No, it won't work, it's this and that, yada, 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 yada. Then I'll go ahead and just finish up the relays that I'm doing. Because I am right on the verge of dropping the block in. I can go ahead and set the heads on intake and go ahead and start laying. I can go ahead and start putting in the wiring harness and getting everything hooked up while I wait on saving up to actually do the heads, because the heads came with no valve, so it's probably not going to be cheap. But the little bit I paid for the heads, I'll deal with it. Well, I think it'd be a good thing. I think it'd work. The system's already in place, so I think it will. If somebody can tell me different, I'd like to hear it, please. Tell me it won't. So the plug's already still there for my forward harness. That way the, come on, focus. That way the oil pump and everything will still work. And all I got to do is hook the uh, mill light, check engine light. All I got to do is hook the wire to there so it'll run into the dash and fire off the check engine light on my dash. So I just got to pull the wire off the computer. It tells it to come on and hook the GM computer up. So the system, most of the systems are here. I just need to jump off the GM computer to tell it to come on. So that's what I'm going to do. But if anybody can tell me anything different or tell me it won't work or, whatever, I'm going for it. I'm going to send it. It's going to be a little bit before I can do it, but I'm going to try to work on it as soon as I can. Go and get the block in, get everything done, start mocking stuff up, get the harness in, do all that. That's what I'm going to do. But if anybody can tell me anything different, I appreciate it. Tell me it won't work, whatever, I'm sending it. Because as far as I can tell, nobody else has done this and made a video of it and explained everything. So most people that make the videos is trial and error. You do it, you try it, it don't work. Okay, it didn't work, you change it up. So if it don't work, then I'll change it. I got the whole box of relays over there. I can just wire it to that. If it works, though, people can start, when they put a Gen 4 harness in, start wiring their fuse boxes up to the existing fuse boxes on the relay. That way it'll trigger the existing system. Why do all that extra wiring if you don't need to? But anyways, all right, guys, let me know. I appreciate it. Deuces!